And welcome back to the program. Time now for our book talk segment, and great to welcome today. A woman has written another one of her great books that not only is filled with great information about food, but also for health as well. The latest is called The Plant-Powered Plan to Beat Diabetes, a guide for prevention and management. We're joined today by Sharon Palmer on the telephone. And Sharon, good to talk with you. How are you?
I'm great, Doug. Thanks for having me.
Good to have a chance to talk to you. I thought we had talked before. I'm not sure. I looked in the archives, but if we haven't, it's great to have you on today and having a chance to kind of go through your book here and about these, I guess we should say 100 vegan recipes are in this book as well. So it's not only just for, to beat diabetes, but it's also for the vegan end as well. And first of all, what got you interested in this particular topic?
Yeah, well, I've been writing a lot about plant-based diets for my career.
Right.
I'm very passionate about this style of eating because it's linked with so many health benefits. It's good for your whole body. It's good for the planet. And more research has been coming out on how it's particularly good for diabetes. It can help you reduce your risk of getting diabetes. And then if you do have diabetes, it can help you. It can help you control it better. It can lower your use of medications. It can reduce complications, and it can even get you off your medications for some people. So it's a very powerful, promising approach.
Yeah, I know, just kind of doing rudimentary research and reading up on it, that people that have certain types of diabetes, diet can almost, and maybe in some cases, totally get rid of it altogether, right? I mean, it's not necessarily for all types of diabetes, but diet can almost get rid of it, right?
Yeah, we're seeing that people go into remission by eating a healthy plant-based diet with their lifestyle, exercise, and all of the things that go along with a healthy lifestyle. We're seeing that people can go into remission, which is very exciting.
Now, you just kind of reading through the notes on the book. Your parents, I guess, grew up on farms. Did you also grow up in a farm environment, or is it just from them you kind of got this interest?
I've always been interested in how food grows and how it's good for our bodies because my parents were both farmers. And I was raised in the Pacific Northwest in the country, but not on a real farm. We had a very large garden. We grew a lot of our own food.
Right.
But I think that's all part of my fascination with plant-based diets and health.
I know I grew up on Long Island. We had a backyard, and we always did like a summer vegetable and farm, my dad and I. And there's something about when you grow your own food. I'm not a big vegetable fan, I have to say. I'll eat them, but it seems to taste better when you grow it yourself. Is that true?
Absolutely, and that's actually borne out by research that when you grow your own fruit and vegetables, you're going to eat it more. You're going to have higher quality because you pick it when it's ripe, unlike when, unfortunately, in the supermarket, it could have been picked over a week ago.
Right.
So it tastes better. There was love in producing it. And research even shows that if you have a home garden, kids will eat more vegetables. So that's a really good thing if you have some space and you're interested to try to grow some of your own food.
I guess what a lot of people might ask you, or maybe say, well, we're just eating, vegan kind of a diet. Can I get enough protein in the food? I know you talk about it in the book, and obviously you can, but you have to kind of pick from different areas, right, to get enough protein, as opposed to if you don't eat, if you had some meat, you have protein in that. Where do you make up for it in plants?
Yeah, it's a great question. You can get enough protein on a plant-based diet, and it is important to make sure you're balancing it and, having some thought in planning your meals. But you want to make sure you're getting a plant protein in every meal, and that could be something like beans or lentils, dried peas. It could be soy foods like edamame or tofu or tempeh. It can be nuts and seeds, peanuts, sunflower seeds, pistachios. And then we're also getting protein in things like whole grains and vegetables. So it's just balancing your plate with all those foods, and you can get those nutrients. And
you don't have to eat like a pound of it to get the same amount of protein, do you? I mean, in the smaller quantities, you can still get enough?
Yeah, that's right. You can get enough protein to meet your needs in a serving of beans and lentils on your plate in combination with all those other foods. If you have, some people do need more protein. For example, if you're a bodybuilder or, you have a large body size, you might need a little more protein. So you might have to have higher number of servings, but it's completely possible to get enough protein.
And just kind of going through the book, the different types of recipes. It's not just dinner. Obviously, there's different types of food. You have breakfast recipes, of course, salads, obviously, but main dishes and even desserts. So it's a variety of recipes in here. People tend to think, oh, if I eat vegan, I'm just eating vegetables all day. But it's not that, right?
Exactly. So many people think that when you eat plant-based, you're only eating vegetables, but it's really this hearty diet, a well-planned diet. It's hearty, it's satisfying. It's things like those grains. You can have baked goods. You can have like hash for breakfast with sweet potatoes. You can have hearty soups and chilies, pasta dishes. There's just so many things that can really make that diet beautiful and satisfying.
I know even just kind of looking at the recipes for desserts, I didn't realize you could do this. You have fruit and veggie ice pops. So you can actually make a frozen dessert, huh?
Yeah, that's a really easy thing to do, to blend fruits and vegetables and then pour them into the popsicle molds, and you can create your own healthy, sugar-free frozen desserts that you can just enjoy anytime you want. So that's a fun thing in the summer.
Yeah, that's great. How did you put these recipes together? Do you do a test kitchen, or how do you do the research to do these recipes?
Yes, I have been developing recipes in my kitchen for a couple decades now, and I do a lot of research on concepts. I've traveled around the world to learn more about cuisines, and I test them, develop them in my kitchen, and test them a few times before I'm ready to release them. And it's just a real pleasure to enjoy these, to bring these recipes to people, to their homes, and to let people realize that you can make these delicious foods. They don't take a lot of time. They're not expensive. You can find the ingredients in your supermarket. So that's really fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, finding the ingredients, some of the bigger markets obviously have a larger selection in the fruit and vegetable department. So they're all available, pretty easily available now.
Yeah, a lot of these ingredients are getting more and more widely available. I mean, I remember tofu, which is a soy food that's super nutritious. It would be,
it used to be hard to find, right?
It but now it's pretty much in most stores, and you'll see all the different varieties now. So you're starting to see more availability of these ingredients. Yeah.
Well, I think it's a great idea. We're not saying you can never have a hamburger if you want, but it's probably better to cut back on the meat anyway, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to take a more gradual approach to eating plant-based, you can, start out with slowly increasing your plant-based meals and reducing your animal food intake, to just slowly make these changes so you can move more to a plant-based diet.
The name of the book is The Plant-Powered Plan to Beat Diabetes, a guide for prevention and management, and it's 100 vegan recipes in the book, and Sharon Palmer has been our guest. And Sharon, I know we have limited time today, but give out your website or where people might go to get more information.
Yes, my website is SharonPalmer.com, and my social media is at SharonPalmerRD, and you can find a lot more information about the book, where you can get it, which is available in most bookstores and online sites for books.
Great.
And you can also get a lot of resources there, too.
We'll also put a link on the website as well. But Sharon, great to talk with you. Hopefully we can do it again if your next project comes out. But thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Doug.